Coaches, if you're watching this video because you're looking to take your business to the next level and scale to new heights, you likely are starting to see the importance of having systems in place to make this happen. So in this video, we're going to be talking all about systems, in particular, how to use standard operating procedures to scale your coaching business to the next level. All right, so getting right into today's video, my name is Fontana, helping established coaches take their business to their first 10K month, their first six-figure year, and beyond. And a big piece of that scale is going to come back to the systems that we have in place in our business. So if you're at this point in your coaching business now, number one, congratulations. This is probably the most exciting topic that I enjoy teaching, talking about, and providing value on itself. So I'm really looking forward to sharing what's ahead in this video, as I will be actually sharing my screen and walking through an SOP template and giving you access to this to start making strides on this topic right away. Now, before we get into that, if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet already subscribed, before we get into things up ahead, be sure to smash that subscribe button below, and we will dive into today's video. So when it comes to scaling your coaching business to six figures and beyond, systems are critical. But what is a system, for those that don't know? A system, simply put, is a procedure, process, or a method of course of action designed to achieve a specific result. That's it. And as we continue to grow, we have more moving parts, more courses of action that we need to take action on within marketing, sales, delivery, etc. And with more moving parts in the business, if we don't have clarity on what it takes to fulfill those key actions in each of those areas, things can get very messy as we grow. So when I got to this point in my journey, one of the steps that I took was starting to make a list of all the tasks that I do in my business on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. And this isn't always easy to come up with right on the spot at first. This is something that, for those of you here watching, I recommend that you start this list today and continue to remind yourself of this daily and write down different tasks as they pop up, because chances are you won't be able to think of them all in that one spot. But as you can develop and refine this list, you'll have a clear snapshot of exactly all of these key actions that you're taking in your business on a weekly, monthly basis. So to give you some examples of what this may look like, I'm going to pull up my list here now and run through a few that I have down. So let's say on the client delivery side, every time you enroll a new client into your program, you have a certain onboarding process where you need to send them a contract. You need to get them certain initial action steps, get them access to your private coaching group, get them access to your training, and then you want to welcome them into the coaching community. So these are all things where one of these tasks is to welcome them into the community. One of these tasks is to send the coaching contract. All of these different subtasks make up part of the client onboarding. Now, it's very difficult for you as a CEO to constantly have to remember, hey, when I make a new sale and enroll a new client into my coaching offer, I have to do all of these things. But if you can have these clearly spelled out in a step-by-step process, this is where you can start to actually bring in an assistant to do this for you, to send that contract out for you, to welcome them in the group for you, so you don't have to always worry about all those small moving parts. So as you get that list in place, to see the snapshot of all these different tasks that you're fulfilling to bring your business to life and make your business hum on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis, then what I recommend to do is come to a chart similar to what I have pulled up on the screen here. And I got this from a book that I read called Unique Ability. For those of you here interested in learning more on this topic of delegation and really putting more energy into tasks that light us up and really building a business around like what we enjoy doing the most, highly encourage you to read this book. But the point of this illustration in this chart here is to start thinking about what are the tasks that I'm doing now and what are the tasks that don't light me up, that don't feed my energy, that I'm not good at, etc. So I'm going to break this down and walk through this here with you. You can see in the top left, we have things that you love doing that you're great at doing, things that you like doing and you're good at doing them, things that you don't like doing but you're good at doing them, and things that you don't like but you're not good at them. What I encourage you to focus on offloading first in terms of delegating tasks is going to be the one in the bottom right bucket. That is where I would begin. So the things that you don't like that you're not good at. Now, to get to this point, you're probably involved with heavily in marketing and sales. And this is going to be an area where I would not recommend to offload or delegate tasks within that, because that's what's driving your business forward. So start by offloading the tasks that aren't revenue producing tasks. Things that you don't like that maybe you're not good at, or things that you don't like doing but you're okay at doing. Because these are going to be things that help feed your energy more positively and also just take away some of these moving parts that you don't need to worry about off your plate and getting them in the hands of someone that can take care of those for you as we get this SOP in place up next. So on the screen here is a template I'm going to be sharing with you. Again, I'll have this linked in the description below, but what I want to do from here is actually walk through an example of building out this SOP for one of these tasks that we just discussed in this client onboarding system. So one of those that we had down was welcoming the client to the private coaching community. So we're just going to title this here and say, welcome client to private community. Now, what does it take to bring this to life? Number one, what are we doing here? So this is where we're simply, again, we're trying to make this as clear and precise and simplified as possible. So we're spelling everything out, knowing that if we bring in an assistant or a team member to do this for us, they have to be able to clearly articulate what is being done, why it's being done, how to do it, and when to do it itself. And that's exactly the purpose of this doc, to make sure that things are being done in a timely manner, in the right way, at the right time and in the right order itself. So if we put down what here, essentially it's the same thing, welcoming clients to private coaching community. Why? To introduce new clients and congratulate them on joining. When is this done? Is this done on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis? So you want to put this in here. So let's say this is done weekly. Who's involved? This would be where you spell out what team members are involved in doing this. So let's say your assistant's name is Joe. You could say Joe here. And then you basically be spelling out the step-by-step process. So let's say for this process of welcoming the client to the community, number one, you have to grab client's name, refer to welcome post template, and you could actually link a doc here that basically has one template of the post that you put up and customize for this welcome post. Exchange name and template with new client name, essentially tagging them, publish post with copy and this image below. So this is a really general quick example of it, but again, you can have the copy to the post, you can have the image here, and then basically when to mark complete when post is published and new clients are introduced. And then if you wanted to refer to other links, docs, media associated, essentially the copy for the post, as well as the image for the post. This is just a really quick example, but this, again, makes things super, super clear on what needs to be done with this. And to make it even more powerful, what I always recommend to do with SOPs is recording a quick Loom video of you doing this task once. So as you compile that list that we talked on of all of these different tasks that you're responsible for or taking care of in your business, the more that you can be considerate of working to create Loom videos of you doing these tasks as they come up, the easier it is to start quickly and easily creating SOPs. For my team now and my assistant now, I'm able to record a Loom video on me doing a particular task, send her that Loom video, and then what she can do from there is actually put together this SOP for me. I come back and review it, make any changes I'd like to see, make sure everything looks good, and then approve it so we can put it into process from there. So again, this is really simple, but it just goes to show like how simple we want to make this for new team members coming in and for all the processes within our business as a whole. This allows us to actually create a real, scalable, and ultimately sellable business down the line because we have all of these assets that pull together to bring all of these moving parts to life and to make the successful business that we have what it is. Without this, things become random, fly by the seat, and we don't really have a clear process to bringing each of these key areas in our business to life. So as you start to build these SOPs out for your own coaching business, what you can do is when you make that first assistant hire and you have 4 to 5 SOPs established and clarified, now you can have her get to work in a very clear and efficient way right away. As soon as she's onboarded, you can lay out these SOPs for her, walk through them, make sure she's clear on doing them, he or she, and in turn, she has a very clear understanding as to how to execute those tasks in the way that you want them executed. So again, for those of you here at this point in your business now, I highly encourage you to start thinking about this. Think about what tasks you are doing on a consistent basis in your business, which ones you want to get off your plate first, and from there, starting to build out SOPs for those tasks so you can delegate them, offload them, and put more focus towards your zone of genius. And in the end here, I want to refer back to a quote from Michael Carter on this topic, which is systems run a business and people run the systems. So keep this in mind, prioritize systems going forward, especially as you continue to scale. And for those of you here that want access to that SOP template that I walked through in this video, again, that's linked in the description below. For those watching that have other friends that are coaches that are at this similar stage in their business now, looking to scale things to the next level and looking to understand how to start building out systems, creating SOPs, and making this happen, would mean the world to me if you referred this video and shared this video to them. And as always, if you got value from this one, be sure to smash the thumbs up button before you go and hit that subscribe button if you've not yet already. And I look forward to seeing you back on the next video very soon. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.